first mate, Kelsey.
I am Captain Blimey. And you're watching GPS
Channel 19.
Channel 19.
Get hooked on it.
Arr!
Alright girls, that wasn't bad. Trixie, you need to kick a little higher. And Megan, try and straighten out the sign a little bit. We're going to take a 1 hour break. We'll be back here at 1 for lunch.
Okay, but when are you going to get some heat on in here? Yeah, you know, it's so cold that even my goosebumps are frozen. I have to go home and iron them out every night.
When my mother warned me about the theater, she never said anything about frostbite.
When you design the costumes, pick something that goes with blue. I don't want the flash in my skin.
You know, when you're all rich and famous, you'll laugh about this one day.
Those of us that survived it, Well, let's go get a hot cup of coffee. Maybe that'll help. How about the place across the street?
Their food is terrible. It tastes like sawdust.
Yeah, but they give second helpings for free.
And their thermostat is high. We might actually thaw out an hour.
That's all the recommendation I need. Let's go.
I'm brown bagging it, Jay.
Me too. With the rent around here, I can't afford to go out.
If you get any higher, I'm going to have to start making sandwiches out of the bag. Well, we'll see you later then. What about you, Maddie? Are you hungry?
Yeah, sure, but before we go, can you straighten out my fingers?
Come on, Eddie, it's not that cold.
Yeah, I guess. But, you know, why do I have to learn how to play the piano wearing gloves?
This guy. You know, we've been working together a really long time. You just gotta have faith.
Yeah, I guess, but whatever happened to Hope and Charity?
Hope and Charity. They just opened a new musical right outside of town.
Seriously though, you got a great show, but how are you gonna get it off the ground? You don't have any money, and you don't even have a leading lady.
You know, that's where you're wrong. You know Mona Monroe?
Mona Monroe? She's with the lead in Bible A. That's the hottest kid in town.
Yeah, but she outgrew the part.
Really? How old is she?
31.
I see what you mean.
Can't stay 40 forever. You see, once I announce that Mona's playing the lead, I'll be able to buy all the backing we need. stuff like, lights, advertising, costumes, jewelry, everything.
Lights, heat, water!
We just got to go down expenses.
All right, but I wouldn't put too much faith in Mona. She tends to be temperamental.
Don't worry, we've been friends a really long time.
Well, that was when she was a young, struggling actress.
Hello, I'm looking for Mr. Foster. Richard Foster?
This is Mr. Foster right here. Hey, I'll see you after lunch. Stay cool.
Hurry up, Betty. I got something I have to tell you.
Mr. Foster, I thought I'd never find you.
Oh, God, you're a bill collector, are you?
Nothing like that. I'm an actress.
Oh, I see.
Well, I brought you a letter of recommendation. It's from my drama coach.
You've had a lot of amateur experience.
Oh, yes, and you know my drama coach, of course.
Phyllis Jones, that's not exactly the household name.
Oh, but she's a good friend of your uncle's psychiatrist. You're sure you'd remember her.
A friend of my uncle's psychiatrist. I didn't know my uncle had a psychiatrist. I know he needed one, though.
You're not very impressed, are you?
Look, kid, out there is a street called Broadway. But it might as well be called the streets of lonely dreams and broken hearts.
Well, that would be kind of a funny name for a street, wouldn't it?
Hundreds of kids like you come here to New York, the Big Apple, all wanting, hoping for the first big chance. Tell me, where are you from? Nebraska? Colorado? California?
New Rochelle.
New Rochelle?
So what's wrong with New Rochelle?
Nothing, but whether it's California, Colorado, or New Rochelle, it just doesn't make any difference. It's just down Broadway.
What do you mean? New Rochelle is less than an hour from here.
You're right, but what a difference that makes. The West, you may say, is a land far away, where actors put talent behind them. This may all be, but just take it from me, you don't have to go out west to find them. If you want to see a real fine congregation, the place where real amateurs dwell, just hop on a train at the Grand Central Station. Get off when they shout New Rochelle. Only 45 minutes from Broadway. Think of the changes it brings. For the short time it takes, what a difference it makes in the ways of the people it meets. Oh, what a great bunch of actors. Oh, what a fine atmosphere. It's Amateur's Day, and imagine Broadway only 45 minutes from here.
I don't have to stay here and be insulted. I can go anywhere. Well, you may think that all the talent is on Broadway.
I do.
I've met a lot of good people all over the country, and a lot of them nicer than the ones here, too. The West, so they say, is a land far away, where actors put talent behind them. This may not be, but just take it from me, you'll never get out there to find them. If you want to see a real fine delegation of people who really are swell, just hop on a train at the Grand Central Station. Get off when they shout New Rochelle. Only 45 minutes from Broadway. Think of the changes it brings. For the short time it takes, what a difference it makes in the ways of the people that live.
guess I have to apologize. I haven't been too cordial.
I thought I was getting a cold shoulder, but it's so cold in here, I couldn't tell the difference anyhow.
Look, kid, I would love to have you on the show, but I just finished casting.
Well, that's all right. Maybe next time. Mr. Foster, something awful is happening. She's left in the restaurant.
Oh my God, is she all right?
I don't know. She's on her way to the hospital now.
What seems to be the problem?
Double pneumonia and malnutrition. That's what the doctor said.
You mean a doctor was eating at that restaurant?
No, he was a health inspector and they were shutting it down.
Oh.
What are we going to do?
God, I don't know. Maybe I better go see where she is. Do you know where they took her?
I wrote it down. It's not far from here.
You're pretty busy, Mr. Foster. Flossie and I can run over and make sure she's all right.
Let me see that. Oh, I better go close to these parents. They're gonna be worried sick.
Maybe we can finish one to the hospital.
Maybe your house food isn't too good.
That's only when you're sick.
Let me think. You think maybe she likes some flowers?
Only if she can eat them.
Well, here, buy her some anyway.
We'll be back as soon as we can.
But I wouldn't count on Susie being at rehearsal for a while.
God, not Susie.
Wait, I'd love to come too.
Oh, God. What a shame. I'm sure everything's gonna work out just fine. Hey, Shirley.
It's Mary.
Hey, Mary. I've been thinking. Anyone with your hard work and perseverance deserves a big break.
Really?
Yeah. I knew the minute you walked in, you had that certain thing about you.
A letter of recommendation?
Talent, good looks, ambition.
I think we said that before.
The pay is low.
I can make
The
it.
hours are long.
I can do it.
You just gotta get the chorus, girl.
I'll work on
Then
it.
you got the job! Come here, let me buy you lunch.
Thanks, Mr. Foster, but where are we going? I'm not terribly well dressed.
You're fine. We're going to McDonald's.
McDonald's?
Yeah, McDonald's. Like I said, you deserve a big break.
Hey, I'm looking for a doll named Trixie.
Trixie, I believe you'll find her right off left.
Wait, right off left?
Yeah, isn't the way she left?
Left, right. Could you just point?
Yeah, over there. Tell her Mr. Foster's leaving for lunch.
Wait, you just left? Oh, got it. Yeah, I'll tell her.
Nice, there you are!
Hey, Trixie, but don't call me Legs.
But Legs, I always call you Legs.
Not now. I'm on the lam. Just got off the subway.
But what about your room now?
Shot full of holes, even the bulletproof windows.
But who'd you make mad?
It's them mugs from the north side, the south side, and the east side.
But what do they want?
The west
But
side.
you have the west side.
That's the problem. Here I am, just an honest bookie. Trying to make a couple of bucks running a couple of divorce trials. Them mugs trying to muscle in.
Well, maybe you ought to call the police.
You know, I think maybe they wouldn't understand.
Well, what about the small business administration?
I don't think they'd give much help.
Well, this is some country. I mean, where an honest citizen can't go out for a ride in their bulletproof Cadillac without having it chock full of holes.
They just don't make bulletproof cars the way they used to.
Man, you know, sometimes I think I'd like to move off to a foreign country somewhere. Hawaii, maybe.
Hey, don't you go knocking on the good old USA. This country's been good to me. You know, my parents come to all the time.
No kidding. Were they tourists?
Nah, they was immigrants. Come here without a dime. Now tell me, where else in the world could a kid like me grow up and make $1 million just for a couple of divorce trials? I'm telling you, this here really is land of opportunity.
You've been real lucky, Legs.
Sure, I was born on a lucky day, the 4th of July.
Hey, you're right at the Yankee Doodle Dandy.
You're my Yankee Doodle sweetheart. I'm the Yankee Doodle Dandy. I'm the guy with all the candy. I'm glad I am. I'm a real life Yankee Doodle. Made my name and fame and doodle. Just like Mr. Doodle did by riding on a pony. I love to listen to the Dixie strain. Love seeing a girl that go back to my place. I'll be watching it. Hey, what about your place?
My place? There's already 4 girls living at it. It's not as public as this theater.
That's it.
What's it?
Stick around here for a couple of days. It's the last place anyone would look.
I don't have a dressing room that has a cot.
We better find some other clothes, too. These are kind of conspicuous. Sounds like someone's coming up. Take a look at that hat.
Come on, Eddie!
Okay, hold on. What's the big rush? What's this huge news you guys talking about? Anything that interrupts my second cup of coffee's gotta be bad.
Well, tried to tell you about the restaurant, but it was just so noisy.
Not to mention we're upstairs at the counter.
Those are the only seats they have.
Yeah. Well, what's the news you got to tell me?
Well, it's kind of good and it's kind of bad. You see, my niece was really ridiculous coming to visit.
Is that it? Well, what's the good news?
That was good news.
I need a cup of coffee.
You see, I kind of told the family that I'm a famous big Broadway actress in a big Broadway production.
So you told a little fib.
And now I'm going with this famous Broadway piano player.
Me?
You.
Well, maybe she's too young to tell the difference.
No.
Virginia. Nobody knows Virginia.
Well, George Washington did.
So he's an exception.
Thomas Jefferson did. I came from Virginia. If you've never been there, you never would have forgotten.
When do we get to meet this relative of yours?
Well, I told her to come by after the afternoon because I figured we'd be in rehearsal.
Alright. How old is this little tyke?
Well, she was about 8 when I left Virginia.
That shouldn't be a problem.
That was 10 years ago.
That's a problem.
Well, we should probably call the airport and see if we should, see when her flight's going to be in. We'll worry about everything else later.
An 18-year-old in Manhattan for the first time. Yeah, we better start working. Might as well get a head start.
Hey, you too.
Yeah, can we help you?
Yeah.
should I know? So I'm asking you.
I think what you meant was, does he work in the theater?
Nah, he's got himself a couple horse powers.
Wait. I thought that horses lived in stables.
He takes bets on an ass.
He's a bookie.
Who has money to bet on horses these days?
Without warning, he was going with his doll. Trixie works. This is not the time of fun.
Yeah, they want to give him a new overcoat.
You can use one right here.
A cement overcoat.
That must be awfully hot in the summertime.
Never mind. We'll just look around for ourselves. You look over there, Babs. And I'll check over here.
What is that?
It's my costume.
What do you think? Yeah, that looks like something we put together. Probably a production number or something.
It's quite the get you got there. Feathers. See any strangers around here?
No, nobody here is, that's meetings.
Pretty sure Legs is, Hungarian.
I believe that to be true.
We still have these other places to try, Muggsy.
Yeah, we can check back here later.
I sure wish his pictures were better.
Hey, you got a picture of me, doll. That ought to be enough.
Oh, there's a picture of my own song.
Aunt Billy! Little Billy!
Rolling down, I think you got the road.
Aunt Betty, I recognize you right away from your publicity pictures.
I'm so excited that you could come to visit New York!
Oh, I'm not here for a visit. I want to be a big star. Like you.
A what?
And you must be the rich famous piano player Betty wrote me about.
Yep, I'm one.
Do all famous piano players dress this way in New York?
Only when they don't want to be recognized.
Well, you look like an actor at least.
All right, dude. I do. Yeah.
Thanks for lunch, Mr. Foster.
It was nothing.
I've had a big nap since I left home.
What was that?
Yesterday. Dick, I want you to meet my niece, little Millie. She's in Virginia.
You must be the famous Broadway producer and director Dick Foster.
I guess you could say that.
Or, you might not.
I hope this isn't another one of your relatives.
Him?
Yeah. Him?
I've never seen him before in my life. Legs, there you are! I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hey, Trixie, you must have taken the wrong turn on the way back from Wardrobe.
Yes, I remember you. You were here right before we left for lunch. I don't know who you are, but you can't stay in my theater.
Please, Mr. Foster, he ain't got no place to go. Well, things must be awfully tough if you have to get your clothes from a wardrobe.
Lady, tough ain't the way. You might call it a case of life or death.
Well, maybe we could all pretend and help.
I don't think Legs, I mean my friend here, would take no charity.
Okay. He can stay, but can we get something that won't make him look like he's a walking ad for the Globe Theater?
Oh, yes, Mr. Foster, I wouldn't want to do nothing to help your competition.
Oh, maybe I can use him as like a walk-on.
Oh, Mr. Foster, I'm sure you won't regret this.
I already am. And you show Mary her costume. She's taking Sue's place in the chorus.
Well, Millie, we better get you settled now. Mr. Foster, I'll be back in time for afternoon rehearsal.
Oh, Bridget, darling, I just had to come up and see how your show's going.
Mona, on love. Look at every inch of star.
Yes, I do, don't I?
How are you, darling?
I'm good.
Been
Hello, Eddie dear.
Hi.
It's been like what, 2 years?
A little longer.
So, when can we hold your sure when she started rehearsals, we've been pulling it apart for you in the show.
That's why I came by, my love. I understand you've been having some difficulties raising the money to open.
Oh, this nothing to worry about. We're just jealous.
Exactly how much is few dollars? What's the budget for the show?
Like 500,000.
I see. And how much do you still need?
About 100,000. But Mona, once I announce that you're playing the lead, I'll be able to get all the backing we need.
I understand, but my agent has found me this other role, and he insists I take it. After all, your last 2 shows didn't do too well. You can't ask me to take a chance at this point in my career.
But Mona, remember, I was the one who found you in the chorus.
Yes, I know.
I was the one who gave you your first big break.
Yes, I know.
Mona, I made you a star.
That's true, and I now have responsibility to my public. I hope you understand.
I'm afraid I do. All too well.
I'd love to help you, dear, and if I find someone with $100,000, you'll be the first to know. Meanwhile, you should do something about this theater. It's an absolute refrigerator.
Sure, Mona. Thanks a lot.
Well, I must be away off to Sardi's. I'm lunching with my agent. There's a new producer he wants me to meet. Ta-ta, don't be a stranger now.
Sure, I'll see you around, Mona.
Bye, Eddie.
Drop dead, Mona.
It was so nice seeing you all again.
Well, what do we do now?
Well, it looks like I have 2 chances. Slim and none. The heat's turned off, the bright's way past you, and I owe money to everybody I see.
Sounds like you're living the American dream.
You know, I'd like to go somewhere and try my beer. If I could afford a beer.
Well, isn't this something you can do?
Well, it is kind of hard to find an angel with $100,000 to invest in a show. But I'm sure there's still a few people I can try. You think you might break the bad news to the past?
I'm going to be best. I'll handle that. But you go out, get your stuff together, see what you can do, all right?
Thank you. I'll call you if I have to go.
Okay.
So, Mary, I'd like to thank you for helping out with legs. I mean my friend over there.
Yeah, doll, I really appreciate it.
That's all right. I was glad to help.
Man, living right across the street from the theater and being so close to all these statues. Yeah, real convenient. Right now, I can put me the rest of the house up.
I forgot how cold it was in here. Let's go back to the hospital.
Wait, who's in the hospital? Oh, she's taking last at lunch. I knew it. I told her to change restaurants. Is she okay?
She's still in the emergency room, but she's doing a lot better.
They said something about hypothermia.
Isn't that what dogs get?
That's hydrophobia.
Oh. Wait. How do you get this? Hypo. Hydro. Whatever you call it.
It's from getting too cold.
We could all come down with that. I want you to meet my niece, little Millie, guys. She's from Virginia.
Hi, Millie. Nice to meet you.
And this is Mary Collins. She's taking Susie's place.
Hey. Hey, can you all gather around? I gotta tell you something. So, I guess you all know we've been having trouble financing the show.
If you mean that we haven't been paid, then you're right.
Well, Dick was trying to get Mona Monroe for the lead. But it fell through.
What now?
Well, it looks like we're gonna get this show off the ground. We need to raise $100,000. Hey, come on, it's not like it's a matter of life and death.
It's for your sake, pal.
Hey, I know exactly how you feel. We've all been there. You know, you feel like you're on top of the world and then something comes out and slaps all the slats right out from under you. But you gotta be kind of philosophical about it.
Yeah, right. I guess life's like that.
You know, if it wasn't so sad, it would be kind of funny.
Funny proposition, all right.
Sure is.
Did you ever sit and wonder, sit and ponder, sit and think why we're here and what about 1,000 different theories all the scientists can show, but never yet have proved a reason why. With all we've got and all we're taught, all we seem to know is we're born, we live a while, and then we die. Life's a very funny proposition after all. Imagination, jealousy, hypocrisy, and gall. 3 meals a day, a whole lot to say. When you haven't got the coin, you're always in the way. Everybody's fighting as we wend our way along. Every fella claims the other fella's in the wrong. Hurried and worried until we're buried and there's no curtain call. Life's a very funny proposition after all. Life's a very funny proposition after all. Looks to me like you guys can let this thing beat you.
Looks like you're right.
But this is America, the land of opportunity, where everyone has a chance to succeed.
We're falling our faces.
He's right. We should never give up.
How long have you been in New York, honey?
Ever since this morning.
Well, hey, you know what? We've all got a lot invested in this. I say we should go for it or die trying.
I wish you wouldn't use that way.
Well, Dick's out trying to raise some money. You know, let's give him a chance.
Why not? We have nothing better to do.
Give us a call if you get any word.
I will, and I bet it won't be long.
Hey, Trix. What's the matter, kid? You homesick?
In a way, I suppose, but the big applet sort of gets in your blood.
I know what you mean.
And it's nothing like Colorado or Chicago or Los Angeles, and it's certainly nothing like New Rochelle. Only 45 minutes from Broadway. Think of the changes it brings. What a short time it takes. What a difference it makes in the ways of looking on at
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or, if thou wilt not, but be sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Romeo and Juliet, Act 2, Scene 1.
Ah, I didn't realize anyone was here.
I just arrived. Where is everybody?
Probably home in bed. Early rising doesn't seem to be a tradition in the theater. But you should know that.
I don't know why. Oh, the Shakespeare thing? Required reading for English Lit. Rather waste of time, I thought.
Oh, wait, so, well, I mean, whom are you looking for? I just may be assistance.
I believe it's one Richard Foster.
Oh, well, that's good. We only have one Richard Foster.
You don't need to get snippy. I don't relish the assignment. Believe me.
Oh, you're writing a term paper on theater.
I am not writing a term paper on theater. I'm working on my MBA, Masters of Business Association, at Columbia. And I can do without the interrogation.
All right. Maybe just a simple country girl, but I think I can.
I'm so sorry. I'm late. You must have missed a Harper. Just got your call. Yeah, listen, because I got wrong. In this business, you tend to become a night person. Oh, God, look at the mess. Even my alarm clock refuses to go off before 11 a.m.
I see. I've been trying to deliver this cashier's check to you.
Oh, this is some kind of joke.
If it is, it's a rather expensive one, I must say.
Paid to the account $100,000. But who? Why?
100,000. Oh, sorry.
I'm sure I'm not ready to divulge names. Only to say it's an appreciation of what you've done.
That's an awful lot of appreciation.
It's an investment in your show.
You mean you got an angel?
That might be going a bit far.
Mr. Hopper, an angel is someone who invests money in a show. Even I know that. Mr. Foster, would you like me to go tell Betty the good news?
Yes. And you can contact Egan and the others. Tell them I'd like to get back into rehearsal right away.
Sure thing. Gosh, this is really exciting.
Hey, it was Mona, wasn't it?
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Mona, my girl. She said she wanted to help. I just didn't take her serious.
I'm afraid that's all I can say. Only that I've been instructed to stay on and help with the financial arrangements of the show.
The first thing I'd like to do is go see the landlord and get some heat on.
I already did that.
You're right, it is a little warmer in here. Say, you're really efficient, aren't you?
Of course.
Then I'll just take this check across the street to the bank and then get back into rehearsal. I'm afraid we waited so long for Mona, we wasted so much time.
Let's see. I have one more paper to turn in, and then I'm finished with this term. I'll be back shortly.
I'll see you around.
Dick? What are you doing up this early?
Oh my God, I can never believe what happened.
Try me.
Well, Mona got me back in for the show. He was just here. He just left.
You're right. I don't believe you. The only person Mona has ever done anything good for is Mona.
People change.
You know what they say about leopards?
They make good fur coats.
No. They never change their stripes. Or was it spots?
You know, I'll prove it that you're wrong about Mona. Once I take this check across the street to the bank, I'm going to personally call Mona and thank her for finding me an angel for my show. Meanwhile, I put out an early rehearsal call.
Early is right.
Hey, don't complain. You'll just sing anything different around here? The heat? Maybe it's a little warmer?
Whoa. I thought we just moved close to the equator.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
Okay, let's everyone rise. Let's start working the dance numbers.
Very good.
Man, I better go check on Legs. I think he's all right.
Hiya, doll.
Hi there. Can I help you?
Maybe. I'm looking for a friend of mine. Legs Ruby.
You ain't no friend of Legs.
Now, how would you know that?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Hey, you're Trixie Sticks. You're the mole Legs has been going with. Who are you calling a mole?
You know what we mean. Now, where's Legs?
Stop, that hurts.
Hey! Back again? What do you think you're doing, huh?
You got a lot of nerve going up against the mob, piano man.
Hey, this is all just a big misunderstanding.
Something funny's going on around here.
Yeah. We're coming out of musicality.
I think you better get out of here.
We're not ready to go just yet.
You heard what I said.
I was hoping you'd change your mind.
Watch it, Eddie. He knows how to use that.
I just changed my mind.
You just go about your business. Don't pay any attention to us. Come on, doll. I'm sure we'll find him around here somewhere.
It sure makes me nervous.
Honey, they could do worse than that. They could make you dead.
That could spoil your career.
Well, look, now that Dick has found the money to be able to do the show, we should probably get some props together.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Hey, can I go?
Better you wait here. I mean, I put out a call for early rehearsal.
Yeah, it's lucky everyone lives close. How did you manage that?
Well, they've got loyalty,
Okay.
spirit,
Sure.
enthusiasm.
Besides that,
Well, he said he would pay them.
now that's an unbeatable combination. Spirit, loyalty, enthusiasm, and money. Ah.
Susie! I thought you were in the hospital.
No, they tell me. I was going to say the back. No, we're doing this.
That's welcome news.
Besides, my health insurance expired. I just can't afford the sick day insurance.
Well, we're glad you're back.
Yeah, I just came in early to check on the hallway. Where is he?
More like, building inspectors. Really, well, aren't building inspectors.
Well, Susie, Dick raised the money to put the show on, so we have to go get some props. Come on.
Wait for me. Can I help?
Yeah.
Man, I really wish they'd show up soon.
Hey, Trixie,
Nice!
is the coast clear?
How should I know? Why don't you try calling the Coast Guard?
Hey, don't kid around. That Muggs and Babs are all over the place.
I should know. They were just around here, pushing everyone around.
You should call some of the boys and have them take care of them.
Well, it's not like anyone would miss them. But then again, wouldn't they just send someone else?
I guess you're right. We'll have to think of something else.
We just got the good news. The show is on.
And we're gonna get paid.
Yeah, Dick said that Mona got the money.
Mona? Who is this? Mona.
She's a big star.
Yeah, Dick gave her the role that made her famous.
Yeah, but she's been giving Dick the snub ever since. It just doesn't figure.
So you all got my message?
Morning, Dick.
How is everyone?
Good. Eddie and the others are not getting props.
Oh.
Hey.
I get back into rehearsal.
Okay. Well, looks like everyone's here. Even Susie's back.
What about that girl Mary? She was going to take Susie's place in the chorus.
Yeah, that's right. But more importantly, what are we going to do about Lee? I hate to say, but what about Mona?
Well, actually, I just called her to thank her for finding me an agent for my show. And she sounded surprised, but she didn't mention the part I was hoping for her.
Well, what about one of the chorus girls? What do you think, Betty?
I think that'd be great. But let's face it, we're all a bunch of gypsies, hoopers, and dancers.
Yeah, but we need someone who can dance.
Sure, they gotta dance.
Yeah.
And sing. And act. What we need is a fresh new talent who really wow the critics.
But where could we find someone like that now?
Good morning, hope not late.
Oh,
That's it!
Oh, one chance in a million. So crazy, just my word.
We ain't got no other choice.
Tell me, kid, can you sing? Sing? Man, I heard her sing. She's great. Can you dance?
I can show you a few steps.
Yeah.
for. The quality of mercy is not strange. It's rough as a gentle rain from heaven upon the place to be. It is twice blessed. It is mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes the throne's monarch better than his crown.
Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
I thought it was great. No, she'll be fine, just fine.
What's this all about anyways?
They want you for the lead of the play.
How about that, kid?
Your jealousy. Wait. How is she gonna have the part memorized in time? We're scheduled to open next week.
That's right. I read the play last night. Just in case. Oh, I memorized most of it already.
That's impossible.
Not really. I'm a quick study class. Photograph memory.
Right.
I see you're all hard over here. Don't let me bother you.
Oh, I thought you actually one of your professors.
I met the last time I was here, Lily. From now on, I'm all yours.
You are the man.
Looks like you got the brass ring.
A brass ring? What's that for?
Free ride on the merry-go-round.
Don't let me break my bones.
Good thinking.
Hey, knock it off, you two. Knock it off. We're wasting valuable time. Now, can we get back into rehearsal? You! Oh no!
You don't
Oh God!
no more!
No!
Your legs, Ruby!
The major bookie? You're kidding, right?
Does this look like we're kidding?
Oh! Whoa!
Now, where did you get that idea? Legs, I mean Winthrop, here is an actor. We told you that already.
Actor!
Winthrop? Ain't nobody I ever heard of named Winthrop.
Hey, look, we're all very, very busy here. Now, please, we're wasting so much time. Oh, if you don't get out of here, I'll...
You'll what?
Oh, God! Oh, God!
Let's not make a mistake that you're going to be sorry for.
Let's not make a mistake I'm gonna be sorry for.
It ain't no mistake.
Hey!
We got a contract out on you.
No,
and
no,
we're
no.
gonna finish it now.
That's all!
Wait a minute! I'm the best for this man.
Yeah.
He's worked here as long as I have.
That's right, yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you do?
Oh, God.
Well, he's an actor. Everyone's heard of Winthrop Broadway.
Yeah, that's right, he's famous! Go to Broadway, man, you'll see him.
Oh, yeah? Prove it. Act something.
Something.
You heard what I said!
Come on, man!
DA closes bookie parlors. Gang leaders under arrest. Boy, things don't look too healthy around here.
Yeah, sure looks that way.
You know, we've done so much trouble. Bet it's time we take a little vacation. The Bahamas, maybe.
Or Shangri-La. I hear that's nice.
How about Bill Island?
Man, I hope we've seen the last of them.
Yeah, something about guns I don't like, especially when they're pointed at me.
They're worse than the critics on opening night.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what happened next.
Oh, don't even think about it.
Hey, looks like those characters all have us a little shooking up. Let's take a 10-minute break.
It's a good idea.
Hey, there's coffee in my dressing room.
Oh, God, I can use some.
Me too.
Meredith, I'd like to go over your part in court.
I can hardly wait to get started.
So, did he just really say, Dad?
Well, I guess we don't have to keep it a secret.
Guess not! You've been two-timing me this whole time! We've been together for 10 years, and that kid, he's old enough to vote!
Trixie. Boss Donald's mother when he was just a kid.
The mom and the bomb in our car.
It was meant for me, but she used it first, wanted to do some shopping. I swore I wouldn't let anything like that happen to Donald.
So I took my mother's maiden name, Harper. But I'm gonna change it back. Dad grew up in toughness, but you always played it straight. And I'm proud of it.
I guess I will be too, once I get used to the idea.
You mean you're okay with this? Getting a ready-made family, even old enough to vote?
After seeing you for 10 years, all I can say is, I'm so sudden.
Maybe we should walk in and talk about it.
Okay.
Would you, care to cup of coffee?
Sure, thanks.
Hey, Donald. Let Dick know we'll be back in time for rehearsal.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to spoil my big chance on Broadway.
I was meaning you didn't like me.
I thought the same about you.
I guess seeing you up on stage and all, I got kind of nervous.
Well, I thought you just see me as a simple girl from a small town.
No, quite the opposite, actually. Like, the way you sit up in the small over here, that's a pretty quick thing you can do.
Well, I mean, guess we're all pretty scared.
Hey, since you're new in town, how's about I show you my appreciation by showing you around the Big Apple?
You mean New York?
That's what we call it.
Pardon me, but I'd like to speak with Dick. Mr. Foster?
Monroe, I'm sure he'll be glad to see you. I'll go get him.
Thank you.
Isn't it wonderful? Mr. Fox is going to have the money for a show. I just know it's going to be a big success.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Mona! I thought I heard your voice. So, I'd like you to meet Mary College. She's our new leading lady. Hey, you mind bringing Mary up, please?
Of course not.
I think she's working on her lap.
So, she's our new leading lady, and I know there'll never be another Mona Monroe. I was kind of hoping you could give Mary a few tips.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about, Dick. I found out be at liberty to take the new role in your show after all.
Mona, why do you do this to me? You know I just finished casting.
Then you really didn't mean what you told me on the phone.
About the money? No. You see, I had that check to the bank almost right after you guys left the building.
Let me put it this way, Dick. No Mona Monroe, no show.
That's blackmail.
Isn't it, sweetie?
I won't do it.
You mean you're going to throw all those nice people out of work? Come now, Dick. You know you can give this little Mary Sunshine a role in your new show.
I guess so, I mean, guess you're right.
And I'm going to select my own understudy. Not that anyone ever goes off for Mona Monroe. No.
Can't you please be your understudy?
No.
Dick, you wanted to see me?
Miss Monroe, so delighted to meet you!
Well, Richard,
means that Mona's going to be able to take the lead in the show after all. And I know you gotta be disappointed.
That's all right. I understand. When you can get a big star like Mona Monroe, why take a chance on somebody nobody knows? Oh, besides, there's still Susie's spot in the chorus.
Susie actually just came back from the hospital. And
there's nothing left for me. I guess that's showbiz from the headlines to the breadlines in one afternoon.
Listen, I'd love to give you some money. Please let me know.
All I need right now is to go back home, and I have enough for a train ticket.
Well, now, Richard, since this little misunderstanding has been cleared up, I think it's best we discuss my terms this way. I'm thinking $1,200 a week.
1,200? Mona, I think we better discuss this in my office. 600 is at best where I can do.
1,800, darling. My agent would never let me take any less.
Life's a very funny proposition. After all, imagination, jealousy, hypocrisy, and gall. 3 meals a day, a whole lot to say. When you haven't got the coin, you're always in the way. I have good news for all of you.
Jeez, that's how you take good news. I don't even want to know how you take bad.
Mona was just here. She's taking the lead in the show.
I thought you had the part.
Well, Dick's doing what he thinks is best, and so am I.
What do you mean? There must be some misunderstanding.
Yeah.
No.
He would never go back on his word.
No, I'm going back home for a while.
Back to your hotel.
No, back to New Rochelle. No, I think it's what's best. I'll leave right away. It'll be easier that way. I really appreciate all of this. I really do. It's awfully nice of all you girls to see me to the train. I didn't think you'd care if you should never.
might as well take the contracts to your agent. We'll sign them tomorrow.
Hey, I don't get it, Dick. You've never been one to back down on your word.
I had no choice. I mean, after all, Moore was the one financing the show.
Can I tell him that?
Tell me what? I don't understand what's going on.
About the money?
Oh, sure. He's off now. I've got the dough to show.
Mona! You lied to me!
I didn't say a thing. You just thought I put up money for the show, and with all that cash around, I just thought little Mona should get a share.
Well, if little Mona doesn't get out of here right now, you'll get what's coming to her for good!
I'm going, but what about our agreement?
No and boy, Mona, baby. After all, I've got my leading lady. And here she is.
See if I can't get another flop.
Dad, I thought that was just a figure of speech. But why would you want to come up dope for the show?
I needed a place to hide out for a couple of days. Under the grants. Pretty good.
Trust me, I understand that. But, I mean, you can take all that if you want. I mean, most of the money's still in the bank.
No way. Never going back those ways again. I'm an angel now. How about that, Trix?
You sure are. Yeah, we just need to find you a pair of wings.
Oh, shucks. Well, listen, we're wasting valuable time. Let's hear that big first dancing alley one last time.
Okay.
I think we'll find out on opening night.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Hey, what time you got?
Got about 9 minutes to 0 hour.
Then, over the top.
Oh, God. I don't know which is worse. The fighting or the waiting.
Tell you what, you go fight, and I'll wait.
Nine.
5:53.
Notice how time flies when you're about to be killed.
Some fun.
Sorry, man. I'm just trying to take your mind off the war.
Well, I'll tell you what, it ain't working, all right? I mean, I don't even know what we're doing here.
We're making the world safe for democracy.
Man, sure hope someone's appreciate it. Hey, somebody's got to do it. And you might as well be us.
Yeah, I guess. Sooner the better. What you thinking about?
The day we left for France in the trooper ship. You remember the band playing?
The flag's waving, the crowd's cheering.
You know, just thinking about it makes me feel, well, makes me feel kind of funny.
You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true of the red, white, and blue, where there's never a post or gray. But should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the red, blue flag.
Oh, shoot! It's Gloria! Over the top! Are you all right, buddy? Looks like a top one. That's the miracle, guys. Just go on, I'll make it. I'll be fine. Go. Remember, we gotta whip the Kaiser. Bring it home. We'll get him, don't worry. We'll get him.
Will it ever end? The fighting, the maiming, the killing? Each time there's a new offensive, they come in by the truckload. We pass them up and send them out to fight again unless, well, except when we're too later. There's nothing we can do.
Oh, God. Oh, God, where am I? Oh, the light. Oh, God. Am I dead? Oh.
Okay.
Are you an angel?
Hardly that, I'm afraid. They just brought you in. I heard your unit was cut off, and you lay on the battlefield for 2 whole days.
Oh, God. So this is a hospital?
Yes, and I'm a nurse. We're going to do everything we can for you.
Ah, my arm! I'm getting dizzy.
Steady, soldier, steady. You'll be all right.
When you say it like that, you make me want to believe you. Tell me, what's your name?
Mary.
Mary. Oh, God, I like that name.
I've always thought it was kind of plain. I've got to go check on some of the other patients, but I'll be back to look on you later.
No, wait. No. Tell me more about yourself, please.
I'm just a very plain girl with a very simple name.
Mary.
Yes, well, it kind of runs in my family. My mother's name was Mary. She was so good and true because her name was Mary. And with propriety, society will say Marie. But it was Mary, Mary, long before the fashions came. And there is something there that sounds so fair, it's a grand old name.
Oh my God, Mary, listen to that applause out there.
Only one more act to go, the finale!
Man, they love you. Right.
Here, let me help you with that.
And I love you too.
What did you just say?
I said I love you too.
That's not a line, is it?
Oh, what?
A line from the show, I mean?
Oh, no. This is me talking. I'm proposing.
License, everyone.
Well, what do you say?
I don't know what to say except, well, yes?
Hey, hurry up, you two. Excuse me, miss. I heard you got one of our buddies locked up in here.
Was he wounded?
Wounded? Who shot this? Well, yes, he was wounded pretty badly.
Hey, buddy. It's me. Hey. I'm over here, buddy. I'm all right.
Oh, well, we haven't worried about you.
Oh, man. I asked everyone who came in about you guys.
But you don't have to ask anymore. We did what we came to do.
Yeah, we whipped the Kaiser real good.
Yeah.
War's over.
Oh, God, that's great news. That's awesome. Say, I'd like you to meet my new friend, Mary. If it wasn't for her, I don't know how I'd pull through.
Well, glad to meet you, but he's giving me much more credit than I deserve.
You know, that figures. We're out there fighting, and he gets the prettiest nurse in the army.
Ain't that the way?
I just wish he was well enough to go back home with you, but he's gonna have to stay here a little while longer.
Well, as long as Dick is getting healthy, that's the important thing.
I am, trust me. So, I just have one favor. Please, just one favor to ask of you guys.
Anything. You name it.
Would you, oh, just one favor. Would you,
Anything.
please just give my regards to Broadway.
Sure, we'll take care of it, real personal-like.
Oh boy, am I gonna miss you. Just about to start for old New York once more. With tear-dimmed eyes we say goodbye, your friends without a doubt. And now, yes, oh yes, oh yes, as the ship sails out, give my regards to Broadway. Remember me to Herald Square.
Hi, what is your name?
My name is Alex Gallagher.
What is your role in producing this play?
I'm a lighting technician.
What was the hardest part for you in preparing this show?
The hardest part was getting the actors lit well, because there's a lot of stage space to cover and not that many lights.
Sounds complicated. What is your favorite part of the play?
There's a simulated bomb drop, where there's a big sound and the lights flash. So that's kind of fun from back here.
Sounds fun. Thank you for talking to us.
You're very welcome.
Hi, what is your name?
Jean-Claude Nicholas.
What is your role in producing this play?
I helped backstage. I am an actor, so one of the main characters. So.
What is exactly your role?
My role I played Dick Foster, who is the director of the play within the play.
How did you prepare for your role?
A lot of practice of reading my lines and memorizing my script.
What is your most important line or the defining moment of your character?
Probably when Mona Monroe does not cannot be in the play, so it changes the whole our whole scenario.
Okay, thank you for talking to us.
You're welcome.
Hi, what is your name?
My name is Casey Russell.
What is your role in producing this play?
I am tech and I work with costumes too.
What was the hardest part for you in producing and preparing this play?
Definitely building the sets. That was some pretty hard work.
What is your favorite part of the play?
I really like the Grand Ole Flag scene. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you for talking to us.
Welcome.
Hi, what is your name?
I'm Maddie Carney.
Would you describe your character for us?
I play Mary. She's an aspiring actress from a small town, comes into the big city. She's kind of like perfect little Mary, I guess, in a way.
How did you prepare for your role?
I read over the script a lot, and I kind of tried to look into the lines and like really get into her and see like how would she react to different things. So.
What is your most important line or defining moment of your character?
Probably in Act 2, when they're in a scrambled rush looking for the lead in the show, and she walks in and says, "Good morning, I hope I'm not late." Just at perfect timing. That kind of just describes Mary right there. So.
Okay, thank you for talking to us.
You're very welcome.
What is your name?
Emily Milner.
Would you describe your character for us?
I'm playing a character called Trixie. She's kind of been in the dancing business for a while, and she's dating this really rich kind of bookie. He has a lot of money, and for like 10 years, and like throughout the show, she's been trying to come up with ways to save him because he's in a lot of trouble because the mob's after him. Yeah.
How did you prepare for your role?
I prepared for it because, well, looking through the script, I noticed that she had a few very sarcastic remarks, which I was pretty good at. And like I pretty much went through it all and just noted down what sort of reactions she was supposed to get for everything and tried to make them make sense.
What is your most important role or line what is the defining moment of your character?
Well, I'd say when she's trying to get the mobsters to go away, because there's one time, where she almost gets killed by them, and another time where she stops them from shooting everyone. Those are important moments.
Sounds like an intense part. Thank you for talking to us. Hi, what is your name?
My name's Genevieve.
Would you describe your character for us?
My character is Babs, and she's a gangster's girlfriend, and she's really fiery-tempered, and she's very protective of Muggsy, who's the gangster. Yeah.
How did you prepare for your role?
To prepare for my role, I just really tried to be a part of the character and be as much of a gangster as possible. It was hard at first because I'm not really an intimidating person, but then I tried my hardest to be intimidating, and it worked. So.
Sounds like a lot of work. What is your most important line or the defining moment of your character?
The most defining moment for my character would probably be when she pulls a gun out on Eddie, and she says, "Does this look like we're kidding? I'm kidding," and then it goes off from there. And it's pretty intense, in my opinion. Yeah.
Sounds exciting. Thank you for talking to us.
You're welcome.
Hi, what is your name?
Emily.
What is your role in producing this play?
I paint the set and I just do whatever needs to be done.
What was the hardest part for you in preparing the show?
Not sure. I think it was getting everything painted and looking good and stuff.
What is your favorite part of the play?
My favorite part is the war scene because I like the lights and the sounds, and it looks really cool.
Thank you for talking to us.
You're welcome.
Hi, what is your name?
I'm Jesse Edwards.
Would you describe your character for us?
Yes, I play Legs Druby. He's a bookie from New York, grew up in Brooklyn, and he has been running a couple of horse parlors, but he was recently became involved in a altercation with some other rival gangs in New York.
How did you prepare for your role?
I have seen a bunch of movies, including The Godfather, and I picked up the accent that I'm using in the theater from there, as well as some other productions I've seen with similar characters.
That helps a lot. What is your most important line or the defining moment of your character?
I think probably the most important part for my character is when it's revealed towards the end of the play that he has a son that he hasn't told his girlfriend about, and that he his son's mother lost her life to a rival gang, and that he let his son change his name and remained separate from his son in order to protect his son. And it just shows the amount of love that the character can have, even though he's a tough character.
Sounds interesting. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
Hi, what is your name?
Hi, I'm Rebecca Stark.
Would you describe your character for us?
My character is named Hilda, and she's a chorus girl.
How did you prepare for your role?
I practiced a lot of the singing, and I came to the practices to learn the dance moves.
What is your most important line or defining moment of your character?
I would have to say that her most defining moment is when she's saying goodbye to Mary, one of the new girls in the chorus line. It's just very sad, and she kind of becomes more sympathetic.
Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
Hi, what is your name?
I'm Alex.
Would you describe your character for us?
I play a nurse in the play within the playception. I am nursing injured soldiers back to health.
How did you prepare for your role?
Well, we practiced it a lot, and I sang a lot. And we also had to learn how to talk without really talking. And yeah, that's pretty much. And look like we're having a conversation, you know.
What is your most important line or defining moment of your character?
Well, I do figure out a lot of diseases that guys have, and it's pretty important that I'm nursing them back to health. I mean, they're important people for America.
Sounds cool. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Hi, what is your name?
Daniel Flynn.
Would you describe your character for us?
I play the character of Muggsy. He's a mobster who tries to kill, or wants to kill, one of the other characters.
How did you prepare for your role?
Basically just looked really serious and made my voice really deep and intimidating.
What is your most important line or defining moment of your character?
I think it's when the character who I'm trying to kill talks about thespians, and I say that he's a Hungarian. So it kind of shows that I do not know anything about the theater and just am trained to be a killing machine.
Thank you for talking to us.
You're welcome.
Hi, what is your name?
Aaliyah Robinson.
What is your role in producing this play?
I moved the props around when the curtains closed for the next scene in the play.
What was the hardest part for you in preparing for this play?
Just running around the stage and moving the props around.
A lot of running. What is your favorite part of the play?
My favorite part of the play is the army part, is when John Claude gets shot, and that's Mr. Foster.
Cool, thank you for talking to us.
You're welcome.
Hi, what is your name?
My name is Nikisha.
What is your role in producing this play?
I am the box office manager.
Cool. What was the hardest part for you in preparing this play?
Probably deciding how we were going to display everything out here, like the posters and the bake sale.
That's cool. What was your favorite part of the play?
My favorite part, that is probably the singing. The cast is doing a great job.
Cool. Thank you for talking to us. Hi, what is your name?
Michaela.
Would you describe your character for us?
Yes, she's one of the chorus girls. She's very, well, she likes to eat a lot, I guess.
How did you prepare for your role?
Well, I prepared. I just had to speak up and.
What is your most important line or defining moment of your character?
Well, my most important is when I come from the hospital, and like I say that like my insurance costs. I guess you can't afford to buy insurance without. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for talking to us.
You're welcome.
Hi, what is your name?
I'm Rebecca.
Would you describe your character for us?
My character Connie she's in the chorus, and she's kind of a very sarcastic character. She loves doing what she does, but every time something might not go right, she uses sarcasm to kind of get her feelings out, and just with people around her and stuff.
How did you prepare for your role?
I watched Funny Girl, one of my favorite movies. My mom said that one of the characters in the movie was like my character, so I watched it with her. Well, it was the second time I watched it, but to regain myself with it. And I read over the script a few times. I did our character question fill outs to help you get more in touch with your character.
Sounds like a good technique. What is your most important line or defining moment of your character?
I think when we're singing So Long Mary, and my character really is pretty close with Mary, and she comforts her a lot when we're singing the song, and afterwards it's showing the closest between our characters and just the compassion and stuff.
Cool. Thank you for talking to us.
Yep. Thank you.
Hi, what is your name?
Erica.
Would you describe your character for us?
My character is one of the more sassier chorus girls.
How did you prepare for your role?
I watched a lot of old movies and just kind of observed how they dressed and acted in this time period.
What is your most important line or defining moment of your character?
I think it's after the mobsters come after us, and then we kind of realize that we're in trouble and we have to do a really good job. So.
Cool. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, what is your name?
I'm Kenya Spearman.
Would you describe your character for us?
I play Mona Monroe, and she's basically an over-sophisticated diva. So she's mean to everybody, and she thinks she's better. Yeah.
How did you prepare for your role?
I try to memorize all my lines, and you have to come to practices. It's basically the number one essential thing, and you basically put a little bit of yourself into the character.
What is your most important line or defining moment of your character?
Wow, there's a lot. I think it's when. It's hard. I think it's just basically when I'm Dick, darling, come now. You don't want to throw all those people out of work. I know you can give this little Mary Sunshine a role in your new show.
Cool. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
Hi, what is your name?
Samantha.
What is your role in producing this play?
I'm the prop master. I also do 2 scenes in the actual play. I'm just helping backstage. We just hold flags pretty much.
Can you describe your character for us?
Well, she's just kind of the girl that just stands in the background. She's not really a real part. It's just we just help enforce some of the moves that the other characters are doing.
What was the hardest part designing the set?
Probably making sure that we have all the props and getting all the props right. It's kind of difficult.
What is your favorite part of the play?
Probably the numbers that I'm in. They're really fun to do, and the choreograph. It's kind of simple, but it's fun.
Okay, thank you for talking to us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hi, what is your name?
I'm Grace.
What is your role in producing this play?
I work backstage with costumes and set design.
What was the hardest part for you in preparing this show?
Keeping the actors still. They were always running around, but I think we're really pulling it together, and it's going to be a really great show.
What is your favorite part of the play?
Probably the part when the 2 gangsters come in near the end, and everyone's screaming and running around across the stage. It's great.
Sounds cool. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
Hi, what is your name?
Darcy McFadden.
What is your favorite role in producing this play?
Well, for this particular show, I was on crew, and I got to help with like the sound and design and stuff. But I mainly did like costume, and I helped set up things like that.
What was the hardest part in producing this show?
Probably just like making sure everything was fit and ready for tonight, and it was kind of like tight timing and stuff.
I get that.
Yeah.
What is your favorite part of the play?
I really like when they do Grand Old Flag, the song. It's like really, really cool and stuff. It's pretty epic.
Okay, thank you for talking to us.
No problem.
Hi, what is your name?
My name is Elizabeth Brayman.
What is your role? Can you describe your character for us?
I'm kind of the ditzy, stupid chorus girl. I'm really ridiculous. It's pretty fun to play.
How did you prepare for your role?
I just kind of acted like myself.
That sounds kind of easy. What is your most important line or defining moment of your character?
I don't really have like one defining moment, but there's a couple places where you can really tell just how stupid I am. Like I'm just like, wait, I'm confused. That type of thing.
Would that be more like yourself or your character?
My character.
Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
Hi, what is your name?
Jasad.
What is your? Can you describe your character to us?
I play
Southern Belle sort of character. I'm kind of naive, but I'm pretty feisty. So that's me.
How did you prepare for your role?
I talked to my Aunt Joanne a lot. She's from Tennessee, so.
I guess that helps.
Yeah.
What is your most important line or the defining moment of your character?
I have one scene where I'm kind of living out my fantasy, reciting Shakespeare on stage, and I get into a little tiff with another one of the characters. I think it's probably my biggest moment.
Sounds exciting. Thank you for talking to us.
Yep.
Hi, what is your name?
I'm Byron Pitts.
What is your role in producing this play?
I am a sound technician, and I click the buttons to turn their mics on.
What was the hardest part for you in preparing this show?
Getting the mics to work, because mics are the worst thing in a play. They never do what you want them to do. But as a group, we got it to work finally.
What is your favorite part of the play?
I'm not going to ruin the play for you, so you just have to come and see it tomorrow between 12 to 3, I believe, and later at about 7.
Thank you for talking to us.
No problem.
Hi, what is your name?
I'm Jesse Steele.
Would you describe your character for us?
Well, my character's name is Donald. He's a Harvard student who has to get his master's in business administration at Columbia by working at the theater where all the other characters are in.
How did you prepare for your role?
I just memorized my lines, and I listened to Mr. LaPietro whenever he gave me advice on how my character should be, because I kind of had trouble getting into the mindset of him.
What is your most important line or defining moment of your character?
I think the defining moment is when me and the character Millie kind of come to our friendship, because throughout the play we're actually like enemies and butting heads with each other, but there's a moment where me and her share coffee, and it kind of, our relationship just grows from there.
Thank you for talking to us.
No problem.
Hi, what is your name?
My name's Grayson Merriman.
How would you describe your character for us?
Yeah, sure. So I'm playing Eddie. He's kind of like the, he's really sarcastic, and he's got this big brother vibe. He's kind of like everybody's older sibling in a way, you know. So everybody pretty much looks up to him. So.
How did you prepare for your role?
Good question. Well, I joined the cast last week. So I power read everything, and I really had to put like 110% into every run that we did of any scene or whatever. So, you know, I was really like,
Sounds like a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
What is your most important line or the defining moment of your character?
My most important line, yeah, I really don't know. exactly see my character as having a really important line. Defining moment. Boy. Maybe the war scene. I kind of take a leadership role during the war scene, but again, Eddie's not like the most important character. I honestly can't really point out an important, really defining moment. Anyway.
Okay, thank you for talking to us.
Yeah, no problem.
Hi, what is your name?
I'm Jessie McKella. I'm one of the two directors of the show, or the musical director of the show.
What was the most difficult part in organizing this year's production?
Honestly, this show was pretty easy to organize because we had so much help from students. We had about 40 students at one point helping us, as actors or crew. Most difficult part, I don't think there was one. It's been good.
That sounds good. What has been the most satisfying part of producing this play?
We have some very talented actors and singers, especially, they're all talented, but, Jean-Claude, who's one of the leads, and also Maddie is another lead, and they just really are natural actors. So,
How was Give My Regards to Broadway chosen for this year's performance?
It was chosen because we wanted a musical that was kind of fun and exciting and not overly dramatic, but kind of lighthearted, and I think this is a good choice.
How do interested students join the drama club?
Well, when we start our shows in the fall and in the spring, we hold auditions, and we announce the auditions, and this time was actually we had a lot of students auditioning, and this is one of the first times where we really had to cut a lot of students, which is hard for us to do, but it was a real audition because they really had to try. Yeah.
Why should someone join the drama club?
Because it's awesome. It's a lot of fun. You can sing, you can dance, in acting is just something you don't get to do everywhere. You can't just hang out in your bedroom and act, or people will think you're crazy. But here you can, and I think that's lots of good reasons.
Sounds like it would be a great experience. Thank you for talking to us.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, what is your name?
My name is Joanna Hoyt.
What is your role in producing this play?
I am basically a light assistant. So I help Alex here with the lights.
What was the hardest part for you in preparing this show?
The hardest part was learning how to work the light board, but once I figured that out, it was pretty simple, and I'm hopeful that it will turn out well.
That machine can be very complicated. What is your favorite part of the play?
I have to say the music is my favorite part of the play, which really shouldn't be because I'm not part of sound, but still. I like the whole musical aspect.
Cool. Thank you for talking to us.
You're welcome.
Hi, what is your name?
Hi, I'm Cheska Bonavie.
What was your role in producing this play?
I do hair, makeup, costumes.
That's a lot. What was the hardest part for you in preparing the show?
I guess you could say it's a lot. It's mostly the week before. There's a lot of stress going on.
What is your favorite part of the play?
I don't really have a favorite part. I like all of it.
That's a lot. Thank you for talking to us.
Hey, you're welcome.
Hi, what is your name?
Jessica Hoagland.
What is your role in producing this play?
I'm actually the stage manager.
What is the hardest part for you in preparing the show?
Just making sure that we have everything together and like make sure that we keep everything organized.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
What is your favorite part of the play?
I have to say, I like the last scene the best, the hospital scene. It's pretty neat. I think it's the best part.
Cool. Thank you for talking to us.
No problem. Thank you.
Hi, what is your name?
I'm Kylie.
What is your role in producing this play?
I'm one of the backstage people. I help build things and move things around.
What was the hardest part for you in preparing for this play?
We had a lot of friction between the backstage people, but hopefully we'll be able to pull it out in the end and pull off a good show.
What is your favorite part of the play?
There was one part where a couple of these mugsters, they come in and they start firing guns. It's really funny.
Thank you for talking to us.
Totally, man.
Hi, what is your name?
My name is Alana.
What is your role in producing this play?
I worked backstage. I helped with moving props, and I'm going to be in the Grand Old Flag scene and the Johnny Comes Marching Home scene.
Cool. What was the hardest part for you in preparing for this show?
The hardest part for me for preparing for the show was learning my cues in those dancing sequences, because I'm really not an actor, so that was hard for me.
What is your favorite part of the play?
My favorite part of the play has to be the ending, so watch out for it.
Cool. We will. Thank you for talking to us.
You're welcome.
What is your name?
Mark LaPetra.
What was the most difficult part in organizing this year's production?
Oh, attending rehearsal, maybe.
What has been the most satisfying part of producing this play?
Well, it'll be satisfying when you see how happy the kids are. It's kind of how it goes.
How has Give My Regards to Broadway, how was it chosen for this year's performance?
Well, you know what? If we didn't pull the trigger on something, we wouldn't have done a play. You know, you have to consider cast numbers, and you have to consider what you have, and you know, we worked hard to figure this out, and it's a classic. So I kind of like classics. Do you like classics?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
How do interested students join the drama club?
Well, you can join very easily. You come to rehearsal and you introduce yourself. But you know, we're hoping to have some student leaders next year, and the student leaders need to figure out how to keep people on task. You know, that's kind of the main thing there. Yep.
Why should someone join the drama club?
Well, I mean, continue watching, and it'll be pretty obvious.
Thank you for talking to us.
All right.
Well, it's getting close to show time, and the curtain is about to open. So let's go take our seats.
night with all the candy.